Alright guys, welcome back. We have the TU300. Ooh, that's almost a Boss copyright. TU3, TU2 from Boss, right? Chromatic tuner, kind of stroby kind of thing going on here too. This is from Behringer. And like we've mentioned in all the other videos, they are made out of plastic. But don't worry, they can stand a lot of abuse. Just probably not the abuse of a touring musician. However, if you're looking for a chromatic tuner, we're going to find out how good this thing really is. Because Behringer pedals are very inexpensive, but they're also giving Boss a little bit of a run for their money in some aspects. At least as far as the circuitry goes. Build quality, sorry, Boss wins. Okay? But we want to know what this thing is like. And like the other Behringer pedals we've checked out today, this also can use a battery. Or you can plug it into a power supply. No big deal. We're going with power supplies just because it's a little less hassle for me to get a battery in and out. So right now my guitar is my SG Pro. It's a 2013 model into the Katana. 50 watt with no effects. And of course it's going to stay clean no matter what because this is a tuner, right? To intentionally knock this thing out of tune a little bit and see how it does. So we have different modes here. If we go to the mode button and we press it, we have chromatic, we have guitar, we have a flat on guitar, a double flat, and then we go to bass, okay? And then a flat and a double flat on it, and right back to chromatic, okay? We also have stream and scent. Okay, stream is going to give you this kind of pulse stroby thing. Alright. Now this string is definitely in tune. And it also has lights up above to tell us when we're actually in tune. You know, this thing actually might be good for intonation too. Let's go back to the scents. I knew something was out. Well, it's plenty fast, it's plenty accurate. I'd say if we're going to think about, you know, even checking this for intonation, it'll handle it. Well, for a pedal that's very inexpensive, it certainly is going to give the Boss TU3 and the TU2 a good run for its money. Even though this is cheaper build quality, you're not pounding the snot out of a tuner pedal, even if you're a more professional or touring musician. This might actually be a good competitor to the Boss. Yeah, we'll have to retest that at a later date, because I did actually order in a Boss TU2. I think I'm going to see if Andre will let me borrow this again when I get that pedal in. And we're going to competition them against each other. I think that's pretty fair. Because the Boss pedals are usually about 150, 170 bucks for the tuner pedals. Far more expensive than this. And this thing's pretty impressive. And it does have the ability to tune flats as well, which is nice. And I like that little kind of, you know, streamy, kind of stroby kind of thing, you know. But also really appreciate it with the lights up top to tell us, hey, you're actually in tune, you know. That works out really great, you know. And sensitive enough for intonation too, which surprisingly, yeah, I've had a lot of tuners, even some really decent ones in the past, and they weren't as good, at least for intonation wise. So, and I wouldn't trust a Snark headstock tuner for intonation, but this I would, honestly, I would trust it. That's pretty bang. That's pretty good. So, anyways, what do you think? 4.5 out of 5 work for you guys? I think that's pretty fair. We've also got to keep in mind it ain't perfect, and yeah, it is made out of plastic, but you know, it's definitely a good quality pedal. You know, I was amazed. I thought, you know, Behringer. You know, I had the Behringer rack tuner, and the one thing I didn't like about it is some of my guitars, it didn't like the low E string. Unless you did the harmonic on the E, then you were okay. But otherwise, yeah, it didn't like the low E on a lot of my guitars. And it's a bit of a picky tuner. And that's a really freaking expensive tuner new. Even used market, I may have paid like, you know, under 50 bucks. Or actually, I paid 50 bucks for it. Yeah, there are way better tuners out there. And obviously, Behringer, for a pedal version, this thing definitely surpasses their really freaking expensive rack tuner model. So I'm quite impressed. I'm not going to bother doing any tuning to flats for you guys. I don't want to keep you here for like half an hour, but you'll get the idea. You can do this stuff, right? And you got the chromatic. Now, I always like the chromatic mode, and it's kind of handy too for setting intonation a lot more spot on too than guitar mode would be. But you do also have the bass. You know, so if you have a bass guitar, you've got that mode as well. And you got the sense in the strip. And yeah, it's pretty simple and easy to use, very straightforward. So for a very inexpensive pedal, I definitely recommend this. So if you're looking for a really good quality tuner for your pedal board, like I said, you're not beating the snot out of your tuners even as a touring musician. Might want to give this thing a shot. But wait until I put it up against the TU2. You know, and maybe I'll see about renting a TU3, because this is TU300, so I'm pretty sure the Boss one has got a lot more features on the TU3, and I've never actually played with a TU2 yet, but I was looking for a Boss pedal myself for a tuner pedal like this, and so I got a really sick deal on it through Long McQuaid, so I really can't complain. So I'm hoping it's actually, the TU2 is actually going to be really good even for setting an intonation with. We're going to find out for sure, because I do want something better than what I have been using, which has been very accurate over the years. It's just, it's getting old, and yeah, I'm also tired of putting AAA batteries in the sucker too, because I got to change them more often. Even though I don't use it for tuning purposes, I use it for intonation. And yeah, and even batteries have a shelf life, but something like this would definitely work in a pedal form for me, because like I said, the rack tuner in the end, yeah, we don't have that thing anymore. So take a look at the TU300 chromatic tuner from Behringer, and you've got my opinion, and vote for it, definitely 100%. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.